Hello, and welcome to this thought provoking journey where we'll explore one of the most profound statements ever made by the philosopher and spiritual teacher Jiddu Krishnamurti. Truth is a pathless land. This is a statement that challenges conventional beliefs, organized religion, and the very way we seek meaning in life. Stay with me as we delve into the depths of this idea, unravel its significance, and discover how it can empower you to live with greater clarity and authenticity. Jiddu Krishnamurti once stood before a gathering of followers and proclaimed, "Truth is a pathless land." He went on to dissolve the very organization built around him, saying, "You cannot approach truth by any path whatsoever, by any religion, by any sect." In a single act of renunciation, he turned away from dogma, tradition, and external authority to emphasize one critical point. The truth is not something that can be handed to you. It is something you must discover for yourself. Take a moment to reflect on that. We often turn to external systems, religions, philosophies, self-help programs to guide us. But Krishnamurti's revolutionary idea asserts that these external paths can only serve as crutches. To truly know truth, one must walk alone, without dependence on predefined routes. What does it mean? Truth is a pathless land. Krishnamurti's statement is deceptively simple, yet profound. Let's break it down. The metaphor of a pathless land suggests that there is no trail to follow, no road that others have paved for you. Think of how we often seek formulas for success, happiness, or spiritual enlightenment. We want someone to hand us the map, but Krishnamurti says there is no map. Truth is vast, infinite, and unknowable through secondhand information. It must be experienced directly. Here's a quote from Krishnamurti that reinforces this. "The moment you follow someone, you cease to follow truth." Let that sink in. When you rely on someone else's teachings, whether it's a religious leader, a spiritual guru, or even societal norms, you're distancing yourself from your own ability to perceive truth directly. You're outsourcing your most personal journey. Why organized systems fall short? Krishnamurti was highly critical of organized religion and structured philosophy. He argued that these systems often become barriers to truth rather than conduits for it. Why? Because they rely on dogmas, rituals, and doctrines that demand conformity. Instead of encouraging you to explore for yourself, they provide prepackaged answers. To understand is to transform what is, Krishnamurti said. Transformation comes through understanding, not through memorizing doctrines or following rituals. When you simply adopt the beliefs of a system, you're not understanding, you're conforming. True understanding requires deep self-inquiry and observation. The role of direct experience. Krishnamurti's teachings emphasize the importance of direct experience. He encouraged people to observe their thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment or interference. Only by observing ourselves can we begin to understand the nature of our conditioning, the societal, cultural, and familial influences that shape how we think and act. Consider this quote. "The ability to observe without evaluating is the highest form of intelligence." How often do we observe something without immediately labeling it as good or bad, right or wrong? This labeling process is part of our conditioning. To break free from it, we must cultivate pure observation, seeing things as they are, not as we've been taught to see them. Liberation through awareness. One of the most empowering aspects of Krishnamurti's philosophy is the idea that you already possess everything you need to discover truth. There is no need for external validation or guidance. The answers lie within you, but accessing them requires intense self-awareness. Freedom is not the absence of commitment, but the ability to choose and commit myself to what is best for me. Freedom, in this context, means liberation from societal conditioning and external authority. It's the freedom to choose your own path, or as Krishnamurti would say, to realize there is no path and that you are the explorer of an infinite landscape. Practical steps to embrace pathlessness. You might be wondering, how can I apply this in my life? Here are a few practical steps inspired by Krishnamurti's teachings. 1. Observe your thoughts. Take time each day to simply observe your thoughts without judgment. Notice how they arise, how they connect, and how they dissipate. This practice can help you become more aware of your conditioning. 2. Question everything. Don't accept beliefs or practices at face value. Ask yourself why you believe what you believe. Where did these ideas come from? Are they truly yours or are they inherited? 3. Embrace solitude. Spend time alone, free from distractions, to connect with your inner self. In solitude, you can begin to explore your own truth, independent of external influences. 4. Let go of labels. Practice seeing things and people for what they are, not what you've been conditioned to think they are. This can open the door to a deeper understanding of reality. 5. Live in the present. Truth exists in the here and now, not in the past or the future. By focusing on the present moment, you can experience life directly and authentically. Why this matters. The idea that truth is a pathless land is more than just a philosophical concept. It's a call to action. It's an invitation to break free from the mental and emotional constraints that keep us from experiencing life fully. By embracing pathlessness, you open yourself to a life of greater freedom, clarity, and authenticity. Krishnamurti's teachings remind us that we don't need to seek truth in faraway places or through elaborate rituals. Truth is already here, within us. It's in the way we observe, the way we question, and the way we live. The illusion of certainty. Let's explore a fascinating aspect of human psychology, our craving for certainty. We often seek answers in the form of absolute truths, religious doctrines, scientific theories, or societal norms, because they provide comfort. But what if the pursuit of certainty is itself a limitation? Krishnamurti reminds us, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. This quote challenges the very notion of conforming to societal norms. If society's values are flawed or rooted in ignorance, blindly following them only perpetuates the problem. To discover truth, we must first acknowledge the illusion of certainty and step into the unknown. When we let go of the need for absolute answers, we create space for inquiry. Inquiry leads to understanding, and understanding leads to freedom. But this freedom isn't the freedom to do as we please. It's the freedom to see things as they are. The power of silence. Krishnamurti often spoke about the transformative power of silence. In a world filled with noise, both external and internal, silence is a rare and precious state. It is in silence that we can observe the workings of our mind without interference. In the space which thought creates around itself, there is no love. This space divides man from man. Thought, according to Krishnamurti, is inherently limited. It is shaped by past experiences and conditioning. Silence allows us to transcend these limitations and connect with something deeper. In silence, we can experience the unity of life, free from the divisions created by thought. The courage to be vulnerable. Living without a path requires immense courage. It means facing uncertainty, embracing vulnerability, and letting go of the security that external systems provide. But in this vulnerability lies great strength. Krishnamurti said, "You must understand the whole of life, not just one little part of it. That is why you must read. That is why you must look at the skies. That is why you must sing and dance and write poems and suffer and understand, for all that is life." This quote beautifully encapsulates the richness of life. To truly live, we must engage with all aspects of existence, joy and sorrow, success and failure, love and loss. By doing so, we move closer to understanding the truth of what it means to be human. A closing thought. I'll leave you with one final quote from Krishnamurti. It is truth that liberates, not your effort to be free. Think about that. Liberation doesn't come from striving, struggling, or following someone else's path. It comes from simply seeing truth as it is. And that truth is not something outside of you. It's within you, waiting to be discovered. Call to action. If you found value in this exploration of Krishnamurti's philosophy, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you'll join a community of seekers who are dedicated to uncovering deeper truths about life, ourselves, and the world around us. When you subscribe, you not only ensure that you'll receive more enriching content like this, but you also help us reach more people. Together, we can spread ideas that inspire, empower, and transform lives. Thank you for watching, and remember, the path to truth is no path at all. It's a journey you take within yourself. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep growing.